I'm Father Gray, and this is a St. Mary's Minute. One of our ideas about heaven is that it is beautiful in its context, in its situation, in its experience. The way in which we experience beauty today has a lot to do with things that change. We see a beautiful landscape, and because the lighting is just right, at that moment, it's a beautiful thing. Before and after, it's a little bit different, and maybe doesn't have that same kind of excellent point as it did at the beginning. Heaven is not like that. Heaven doesn't change. So how can we say that it's beautiful? Also, sometimes we have these moments with friends and family that are very fulfilling and full of love. And these things also are in the context of many other things that are not so perfect, not so beautiful. Heaven, again, doesn't change, doesn't have that kind of before and after part. And so when we say that heaven is beautiful, we're calling out to something which is very intrinsic about it, which is the presence of God. God, who is the author of beauty and beauty himself. In God's presence, these experiences that we have of beauty are expanded. They're made perfect and eternal. And what we have now of experience of beauty becomes then kind of a template. Well, this is the model, after all, for what beauty is in heaven. So when we think of a beautiful landscape and that moment, that intense moment of experiencing it perfectly, and also when we have our context of family and friends and have that moment, that intense moment of beautiful relationship and love, it's kind of like that. We have to use our imaginations in order to expand that out, in order to have that sense of peace that comes along with it. This is something that we should try more often. When we have these opportunities to see, for example, a beautiful sunset or an evening with friends and family, and have that moment of real peace and joy that comes with it, imagine what that is, expand it out. Expand it out forever, expand it out to an eternity. This is hard to do, but it's a worthwhile thing. When we experience these things now, give thanks for them because it gives us a window into something which is greater. And not just because these things change, there's a time before and a time after, but also because they are giving us a taste even now of what this other thing is, beauty in the presence of God. A beauty that is unchanging and perfect and eternal.